Alright everybody, how are we doing today? Ready to expose some Twitter BS? I'm ready and able. So, digital class war. Twitter's ad preference shows it has never been about being equal. Oh my god, so shocking! Not really. Twitter's two-tiered system in which ordinary users are bought and sold by advertisers while the platform's stars are spared. So social media was never about openness or democracy. It's a digital caste system. When Twitter debuted, much of the fawning coverage described the platform as a great equalizer, where celebrities could interact with their fans, journalists could interact with their readers, and politicians could interact with or be trolled by their constituents. If the platform happened to show a few ads, well, they had to keep the lights on somehow. But Twitter admitted on Thursday that it showed more ads to users with fewer followers. While its big names, the celebrities, politicians, yes, even journalists who first drew upon people to the platform, saw fewer or no ads. Like Facebook, which has over the years leaked everything from users' private messages to photos on their phones that had never been uploaded to the platform. Twitter is letting its marquees' names know that the honeymoon period is over. They'll not only be drowned in ads, but will also have their personal info pillaged, just like the plebeians who swarm their mentions. Funny, I had a tweet earlier today I was commenting on, and as I was commenting on it, I sent my tweet in response to the tweet itself, and then the tweet disappeared. Right then and there. I went looking for it later, and I couldn't find it. That's happened to me twice now, where it just gets arbitrarily deleted, and the user didn't even do it. So how's that for Twitter bullshit? Among this just adds to it. After a series of very public mistakes saw Twitter feed users location data, device information, and finally their emails and phone numbers to advertisers, it's no longer possible to pretend that the platform is a benevolent actor whose purpose is to connect the little guy to the big names. Social media platforms apologize for these accidents, but even if they truly are inadvertent, it's clear after years of these leaks that a platform's users are an afterthought. Twitter doesn't directly make its money off its users, even the popular ones, but it relies on advertisers' desire to target those users. And as Twitter CFO told CNBC on Thursday, those advertisers aren't happy about the company fixing its data leaks. If Twitter has to throw its most popular personalities to the advertising wolves in order to keep the cash flowing, it won't hesitate to do so after all. What are they going to do? Join Gab? Well, actually, you could do that. And Minds.com is also a wonderful choice. Social media companies, for all the breathless gushing about how they transcend class divisions, merely replicate real-life inequalities in the digital realm. Actress Jennifer Aniston amassed 8.6 million followers in a single day when she joined Instagram earlier this month. World leaders Twitter has admitted are not subject to the same speech restrictions as ordinary users. Instagram makes much of its influencers, and YouTube has minted some of its own stars. But for every internet Horatio Alger story, there are millions of users posting away in obscurity. They are sold from one advertiser to another, and an eerily detailed profile of their personality and interests gradually emerging on the auction platforms as their thoughts are molded by an echo chamber, carefully constructed to keep them online as long as possible. Twitter isn't even the worst offender in the digital class war. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg was dragged over the coals by Congress earlier this week, forced to answer questions about the platform's digital redlining, in which ads for housing and jobs were selectively shown to users based on their race or ethnicity. Facebook gives telecom companies and lenders privileged access to user data with its Auctionable Insight program, which allows them to exclude users with algorithms that purport to be able to define poor credit histories based on location interests and homogeneity of friend groups. Facebook's history of turning private data of all kinds over to advertisers is unparalleled. The decision to show ads to Twitter royalty doesn't signal the end of the internet class system, as the major social media platforms reach a saturation point. The class divisions are merely shifting. Individuals who express unpopular political views, even when they themselves are popular, are considered disposable as a class of shadow-banned untouchables, where posts will reach an extremely limited audience on Instagram merely being photographed with such people or symbols that represent them. Can get a post removed. YouTuber has created a whole new category of borderline content. that is prevented from spreading based not on breaking the rules, but on almost breaking them. If you share an opinion the platform doesn't like, you get shadow banned. If you say something they don't like, it gets removed. If you keep doing it, you get removed. It's happened to many people. It's happened time and time again. The obvious coordinated deplatforming of Alex Jones, legendary example, where each platform he was removed from literally did it within minutes of each other. And yet they still try and claim it's some sort of coincidence. Yeah, okay. Real coincidences like that are rare. That is no coincidence. Lightning does strike twice. Let me tell you. With a near monopoly on online socializing, the major platforms are free to remake the public square in their image. And their image doesn't leave a lot of room for dissent. Social media users often forget that they are the product, not the customer. Whenever they log into Twitter or Facebook, and as the iron fist of speech restrictions tightens around them, they are starting to remember. When using Twitter or Facebook, do not use it without an ad blocker. You can turn off the ad blocker on YouTube so people who are still getting AdSense can still make money. But if you are on Facebook or Twitter, never ever forget to use your ad block. And if you're worried about being removed or having your voice silenced, you're not getting your free speech respected, it's really quite simple to deal with. Just go to Gab. Go to Minds. If you're getting removed and being silenced, forget it. Gab and Minds. Go to alt text sites. They're perfectly open. There's even a new one came out called MeWe. I don't use it much. I don't care much for the name. It's kind of dumb, really, MeWe. But it's a decent alternative. It actually looks a lot like Facebook back in 2008. So, I'd get on that. Start up an alt-tech presence. And then when they finally kick you off Facebook and Twitter, well, hey, now you have an alternative. So yeah, still want to say it's bullshit? Boy, do you ever have some major cognitive dissonance. Anyway, peace!